What is up, everybody? This is RybackStun. We have returned to Marvel Heroes. We're here with one of my new favorite characters to play since the Defense rework, Nova. You'll notice I'm using the Nova Prime costume. Yes, I'm a big proponent of Sam Alexander, but I do like to switch between the different costumes, so that's it for that discussion. Nova is a very, very good melee damage character, and the easiest way to be able to play him, for me specifically, is just going a straight melee build. 20 points in Magneton Pulsar, which is one of your layers, as well as a slow, and it's your main Pulsar you use in the Pulsar mechanic type of thing. Cosmic Combo for your single target damage, it just bop, 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 bop. You gain damage when you use other melee or movement powers in the last 8 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. World Minus Distance is one of your passives that gains you crit hit, dodge rating, total dodge rating, and Spirit when you dodge an attack, crit hit with a melee power, or brutally strike with a melee power. Then you have Gravimetric Surge, which is a big area effect damage after your buff dissipates. The buff itself gives you no cooldowns or spirit costs on your powers, scaling energy and damage rating to melee powers every second for 6 seconds, which persists after 2 seconds, and a bunch of movement speed right off the bat. Great power allows you to use a specific combo that will allow you to spam one of your best powers consistently for 6 seconds, and it just ends up being amazing. 1 rank in Blast Off because you don't need any more than that. This will get you in and out of combat fairly easily. Nova Barrier is your defense passive. It has a big shield which reduces 100% of incoming damage up to a certain amount that regenerates fully after using a movement power, which has a 6-second cooldown. You have a shield regeneration per second while moving, maximum health, and deflect rating. Lightspeed Strike is a good area of effect melee attack that bounces, as well as gives you a short period of invulnerability as it's active. Traverse the Cosmos is a good quick way of regenerating your shield, as well as traveling quickly from one place to another. Nova Dash is your second layer, and one of the abilities that you're going to be spamming more often than not, simply because it is melee movement, and it allows you to do a big chunk of damage and stun an enemy if fully charged. You have Falling Star, which is your second main melee damage ability, which is also movement. It leaves an area of effect below it. It detonates Pulsars, which is your main Magneton Pulsar detonation mechanic, and a big chunk of damage as you land, as well as a weakness. You'll be spamming Falling Star after activating 1 Magneton Pulsar once you activate Gravimetric Surge, and then your toggle Rocket Speed gives you damage per movement speed above 350. Brutal Strike to melee powers, damage reduction after using a melee power, and when you use a movement power, you can gain up to 2 stacks of damage to melee powers, as well as power, which increases your damage rating and movement and attack speed by 50%. In terms of Omegas, it's fairly easy. Spin Tech is right off the bat. You want 10 ranks in that. I have 6 ranks in Shadow King's Possession and 1 rank in Phoenix Force. The 10 energy really helps give damage as well as spirit cost reduction. 6 ranks in Exogenesis for damage-based energy damage, as well as energy defense and regeneration when you hit with an energy power. We have full ranks in Tactical Neural Implant for crit damage rating and melee crit hit rating. We have 10 ranks in Advanced Mandroid Armor for base damage to melee powers, as well as defense rating, and in addition to that, 20 ranks of Shield Uniform. Then we have our biggest tree where we spend most of our points, 5 out of 10 in Warpath for fighting, 3 out of 10 in Sunfire, 4 out of 10 in Bishop, 4 out of 10 in Polaris, and 5 out of 10 in Magneto for increased damage to energy and area attacks, depending on which one you pick. You have Frenzy, which gains you, when you use a melee power, it gains you 600 crit damage rating, and then 25 out of 25 in Blob, which gives you health, defense, it reduces your dodge, but it increases your tenacity. And the reason why this is good is because you already are packing a lot of dodge. Getting the extra defense at the little bit of cost of dodge helps in the long run. Very easy set of Omegas. In terms of synergies, I use Cable for crit damage, Captain Marvel for energy damage, I use Juggernaut for movement power damage, Nightcrawler for melee power damage. I have both Punisher and Rogue on for health on enemy defeat, spirit on enemy defeats, health on any hit, and spirit on any hit respectively. That could end up going away. In fact, I'm actually going to change that to Dr. Doom so that does more damage. Rogue still is a pretty good power for her. For him, Nova, if you don't want to use it, don't, by all means. Continue, use something else that you think is more appropriate for your character. Star-Lord is energy power crit chance. War Machine is spirit and fighting. Wolverine is 2% brutal strike chance, as well as 5% brutal damage. And Winter Soldier is ranged and melee power damage. So that's pretty good. In terms of items, it's fairly simple. I am very defensively geared. You'll notice I have 33,000 health, and that helps me survive content a lot. I can survive cosmic danger room scenarios pretty easily. Got all of my artifacts are blessed with Healas. We have a white suit jacket here for damage, health, and defense. We have a black Tom Shillelagh for energy damage, health, and deflect. The proc doesn't matter. We have blessed armor, nanotech, nanopoison, health regeneration fighting, and then brutal damage and brutal strike, stacking up to 3 times on a melee hit. And then a Blessed Hulkbuster Psychics package, which gives a whole bunch of different stats. Mainly what you're looking for is health and the fighting proc. Electro Medallion for dodge, movement speed, regeneration when you hit with the movement power, spirit when you hit with the movement power, and damage rating and movement powers. A full stack of Lemuria to gain 222 health per hit, as well as 1,000 health. We have a God of Mischief, which everybody loves God of Mischief, that's easy enough. A level 80 Cosmic Control Rod for energy damage, crit hit to energy attacks, and health, as well as 6 straight up energy. Notice how I have 25 energy total, which is awesome. Midtown Guardian Signet Ring for +1 rank to movement powers, +1 rank to melee powers, and then 30% damage bonus when you hit with a movement power. Use a movement power, excuse me. Which is awesome. We have a Fragment of Twilight here with fighting on it and a 60 damage rating alternate reality rune. We have Supernova Armor with a speed challenge bonus that just happened to be on it. With the Defense alternate reality rune, I have also a Defense alternate reality rune on this Nova Centurion belt, as well as fighting. The Worldmind uplink needs a little bit of work so that I can get some more benefit out of some of the other passives, some of the other affixes on it, but that will also get defense rating and fighting on it. And then Old Buckethead has fighting on it already, as well as 60 damage rating alternate reality rune. We have a Valkyrie with health, movement speed, and health. At some point in time, I'd like to switch this over to a Nova or a Quicksilver medallion, or insignia, excuse me, with health and melee powers, or possibly health and crit damage. And for Old Lace, we've got base health, spirit, damage to area powers, melee ranks to melee powers, and 3 energy. And then on the costume itself, I have crit damage across all affixes, invisible, invulnerable, and regeneration on medkit. So, very easy way to play this character. Your combo will start with the Magneton Pulsar, continuing into Falling Star, Blast Off out, Nova Dash in, activate Cosmic Combo, Lightspeed Strike when necessary for the invulnerability, and then if you need to use the signature, you Gravimetric Surge, drop another Pulsar, and then just Falling Star until the enemy is dead, because usually they will die like that. Not necessarily in Cosmic Midtown, but in other content it should be easy enough for you to be able to get that. So, moving through, you'll notice I'm wiping out a couple guys as I accelerate through the terminal itself. That's how high the damage for Nova really is, and always has been. The defense rework made him a lot better, though. Against Taskmaster, I like to prime a Pulsar really quick, drop the Falling Star on him as quickly as possible. Nova Dash out, Dash in. You could also reverse that, do the same thing over. I don't even need to use the signature just because that's how much damage that he can do against Taskmaster. And Taskmaster is down. For the real test of Cosmic Terminals, we'll go ahead and do a curse here really quick, since that is the easiest way to do things. And Odin's Palace. Basically, because you have Electro Medallion, when you hit with your movement powers, your spirit basically never goes down. So, that's one of the reasons why I took Punisher off. I may take Rogue off eventually as well in place for something else. Enemies that are like this are fairly easy to take down. I mean, admittedly, the Dark Elves are very powerful. They will wreck you without even a second thought. But as Nova, you should be able to take them down very easily. For team-up, I use Beta Ray Bill, just because it's thematic that you can use any of the normally used team-ups that everybody uses. Clea, Iron Man, Magic, Deadpool, so on and so forth. Howard the Duck is actually pretty good if you have access to him. There are the Lieutenants, easy as pie. We're going to use the signature this time, since Curse is a little bit harder to beat. So activate the signature, and then just hit him with Falling Star continuously, multiple times. He takes so much damage off of it, it's not even funny how much damage he ends up taking. And then just Cosmic Combo him off to finish. And there you go. That is one dead Curse. Now notice how that Frost Giant just took out more than half of my health, which just goes to show you that Frost Giants are a little overtuned. But yeah, that is Nova. Nova's a great character, a melee character that is very easy to play. The build while leveling is a little more difficult to deal with, but it is definitely a build that's worth playing. He's got great costumes, he's got great mechanics, just simply, honestly, everything about Nova is awesome, and the only reason why he's not my main is because Dr. Doom is my main, and everybody loves Doom. So thank you very much for watching. Appreciate all of the views. Remember to like and comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Tumblr at RybackStun. Remember, I stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 12 p.m. PST, and Tuesday at 3 p.m. PST, so come on down, hang out, ask questions, do all the kinds of fun stuff, and we'll figure out what's going on. With that, this is RybackStun, and I'll see you next time.